Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Adaobi. How you all doing? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're staying safe. Please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click that bell button so you get notified whenever I make a post. So hope you're staying safe first and foremost, because the new variant of COVID is in town. You know, when I think in October or September thereabout, I was like, I'm scared of planning for 2020 because I don't know if COVID Pro Max will come. And now, as it is, COVID Pro Max is here. The second variant of COVID is now in Nigeria, according to what the government said yesterday. This whole government thing is just tiring me. Like, Nigerian government makes me sick, but I think I'm getting tired of complaining. But at times, you just sit down like, don't these people have sense? Don't they just have sense? This was the same Lakadesca attitude they put towards the first wave of COVID, and instead of them to shut down or to stop incoming flights coming into Nigeria, they continued, and then COVID came into the country. And now again, stop flights from coming. No, they've not. Now we have the second variant of COVID now in town, and I'm like, what measures are you going to take now to stop all of this? You will not stop incoming flights. Rather, what you're now doing is that you're telling no more events, 50% church capacity, restaurants should shut down. All that. Is that the major thing you should do? And meanwhile, NIMS, if you want to register for your national identity number, if you see the crowd there, something, it's just crazy. Like, the whole government thing is just, I don't know who advises them. Well, this is not, government is not the purpose of why I want to rant today. Today's video is all about ranting. It's not actually a good video for today, but we just have to say it. We just have to speak up. And the first thing I'll talk about, or it's just one thing, but I have a question to ask you. As it is today, will you send your child to a boarding school? Please leave your answers in the comment section. So I'm sure we all have seen the video that has been trending for a while now of a young boy that was sent to Deeper Life School in Rio, and the way he was after the mom went to pick him back from school. Like, see, I went to a boarding school. Okay, I went to a boarding school JS1, JS2, then I did day school JS3, SS1, then went back SS2, SS3. I went back SS1 again. I can't even remember. But if you don't know what day house, I mean boarding house is basically going to live in the school rather than coming from the house. So some schools actually do strictly boarding. Some schools do boarding and day schools. So now, okay, let me just give you a highlight of what happened. According to this particular guy, he's 10 years going to 11 years. He went into secondary school, JS1 for that matter, and before the mom made payments for him to go into school, the mom was like, okay, oh, my son bedwets, and you know what bedwetting can be like. It kind of inconveniences it causes, especially in public place. So the mom went and like, okay, well, my son bedwets, and do you people accept that in your school? Like, she gave them that prior information that my son bedwets, and they gave her that confidence that, oh, that's not a problem, that that she can bring the son. They have Macintosh, and there are other students who bedwet as well. And the mom went ahead to make payments. Okay, after this game, the son went into school, and the son kept bedwetting. They kept beating him. I think they kept beating him, and after a while, I mean, when he refused to stop bedwetting, does that English even make sense? They now sent him into the senior class, because what I'm going to use my school for instance. My school, JS1, I kept one side, JS2 kept one side. I think JS1 and JS2 I kept, junior secondary I kept one side, then senior secondary I kept one side. So this guy is in JS1 notes. So they now had to take him to senior class, and then senior class, when they took him there, so that maybe he will stop bedwetting, and maybe so that seniors will wake him up. Rather, instead of these seniors waking him up, maybe when it's time to eat himself, they start kicking him like, will you? That's more like kicking him like, wake up, go and ease yourself, and all of that. That's inhuman behavior towards a very young boy. And then as time went on, they started molesting this guy. That's even the one that even blew my mind. Like, this is a 10-year-old boy going to 11, and you're molesting him. When I talk about molestation, I mean, this is sexual molestation. Let's stop painting it like this is sexual molestation. How do you go ahead fingering a young boy? Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't just make sense. Like, who even raised children like this, if I may even ask? How were you raised? Like, how can't you even take this boy to be like your younger brother? How would you feel if someone treated your younger brother that, or if someone even treated you that way? Like, it's really alarming that we have such breed of children these days. And it's not really these days. This thing has been happening. I went to a boarding school. Yes, the bullying was there. Like, even got to a point. There was this particular day that I was like, after inspection, I was like, hi, if I receive beating today, I don't think I will make it. I went to hide. Like, this bullying is always there. Like, I'm not going to dispute that fact. The bullying is always there. But you see that bullying part, beating part, it shouldn't be. But I feel with time you get over it. But when it comes to molestation, no, that is really the high, that is really the peak of it. So I don't know why the students actually did that. I don't know for what reason they did that. And according to what the mom said she had series of dreams concerning this the boy waving her and all of that on a lonely road. She now went to the school and she now noticed that the boy was so lean and all of that, and she now reported to the vice principal, and the vice principal was like, okay, they're going to change the boy to where his colleagues are. I'm getting to where his colleagues are now. The senior students will come at night and take this boy from where his mates are and take him back to where the seniors are, and they will now threaten him that if he dares say anything, they will kill him. Like, where did we go? How did we get this wrong? Like, how do you go from molesting a boy to going ahead to threatening to kill him if he dares says anything? And then the school now goes ahead. I think he said it's midday meal. When it's time for, I'm guessing midday meal is maybe lunch or something. I don't even know what that means because I didn't have anything like midday meal. But time for midday meal, they said, oh, their parents did not pay for midday meal, and then Pastor Kumuyi did not send money. That midday meal is out of the goodwill of Kumuyi. And I'm like, does it make sense? You not allow children come into the school with provision. You tell the parents to pay for everything, and at the end of the day, these children are starving. Does it even make sense at all? See, secondary boarding schools, I know, has become, even right from my set, I know it was something very, very, it wasn't just it at all. From bullying from seniors, sometimes bullying from your mates as well. Bullying from your mates was very, very rampant. To, yes, we had homosexuals, like we had lesbians, we had gays. I'm not going to dispute that fact. Yes, it was actually in boarding schools. But when it comes to this lesbianism and gay thing, I would not say it was just a strictly boarding school thing or boarding house thing, because I know that I've still heard of day students who had lesbian. I went to an all-girls school, so I know there were still day students who had lesbian partners. You know, back then there's this thing they called, in my own school we called it choco. So choco basically means it's more like your female partner or your female best friend. It's supposed to be your female best friend, but emotions were now running into some people, and then it now turned out into lesbianism and all of that stuff. And it's I don't want to say I know, but from hearsays, I hear that some people from my school still continued even after secondary school. So it's something that I wouldn't say it's strictly a boarding house thing. Even day students were involved in it. But should this thing continue, like, what are the teachers doing about it? These students were given to you, like, you should take custody of these children. If you know you're not good at it, then make it a strictly day school. At least let the parents have an eye over these children. I love what the mother did. I love that the mother actually had to speak up. She didn't even speak up, so it was okay. Like, she shouted, like she had to make a live video so that people could actually see what was going on, because the school now started turning the whole thing upside down. First and foremost, the principal went ahead to kick out the mother from the group chat. That was when I even saw that, and I was like, no, this woman, the principal, is actually mad. Because if I am the mother of that boy, for taking me out of that group chat, I don't mind going to your school. When I finish beating you, let police arrest me. Finish. Then we will now go to court and start all over again. How can you take me out of the group chat when my school fees, that the school fees for my son is still running? If you think what I'm saying is wrong, why don't you come to the group chat? This group chat has to do with parents of the school. Why don't you come to that group chat and say, okay, what this woman is saying is true, bring up proof and all of that? She went ahead to take her off the group chat. Like, this is a Deeper Life church school. This is a religious school, not just a federal school, or let's say a private school owned by anybody. Then what are you really preaching? What are you really teaching these children? I think from what the boy said their motto is moral and what. I've forgotten what he even said. Because he said that live video was 2 hours, and then the mother did another update like 1 hour plus. Like, how do children go from being children to becoming wild? Is what I don't really understand. So the principal, she got it all wrong. Maybe she took out the mother from that group chat. I just knew, oh, that means she's actually guilty of all they've said. When they put children in your custody, it's your duty to take care of those children. If you know you can't take care of them, then you either resign or you tell them that you can't take care of them. Not bring in children and then you can't take care of them. You can't put you can't even take account of whatever they do. When they brought this boy to school, the boy was quite chubby. And then before you knew what was happening, less than 2 months, they took this boy to school in October. And in December, this boy is like, the mother will call him a skeleton. The boy was like the boy was a shadow of himself. Even myself, I was really scared for the boy. He couldn't even sit there. Even if you see the way he even walks, it's even oh God, no. It's just that when I watched it, I almost cried. Like, I don't know how many children will be going through this. And I love the fact that the mom, it takes a kind of bond between a son or between a child and a mother to have before that child will be able to speak up. Because when the mother saw him, I was like, what is wrong with you? Okay, first of all, when they went to pick up this boy, it took them like 2 hours for them to bring out this boy. Obviously, they knew that the mother was going to complain. And then they said feeding him with multivitamin. Were they expecting that when they feed him with multivitamin or what, or blood tonic, that the boy would just explode within how many hours? They are not just intelligent. If they wanted to cover up this thing, maybe they should have started feeding him well, maybe like 2 weeks before the closing day. Because you won't tell me that you didn't know closing day was forthcoming. It didn't just make sense. Then I wanted to say something. It takes a kind of bond between parents and children before that child goes. Because when the mother kept asking, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? The boy was like, Mommy, there's nothing. Don't worry, I'm fine. Don't just worry, I'm fine. The mother just kept saying, talk to me, I am your mother. And that was when the boy started saying things. And I still feel the boy has so many other things to say, but he's still scared. The mother had to even make him the promise that, okay, he's not going back to that school. So I feel parents should actually build that bond between themselves and the children. It's not about shouting every time. You just keep shouting. You're chasing the child away from you. The child is going through a whole lot, but the child will not be able to talk to you. You even have some parents again said that you even go and tell your parents that, okay, this is what I'm going through, and then the parents still go ahead and turn things around. I think I read about these things early this year, where a girl, the mother caught the girl, or it's about how many men raped the girl, and the mother was now beating the girl for putting herself in a position where guys raped her. And I'm like, what? Like, are you sure you really gave birth to this child? A girl was raped. Like, that means your daughter was raped, and you're now beating her for putting herself in a position where she's raped. And this girl is less than 18 years. So I don't know how some parents actually behave, really. I'm not yet a parent, but I pray God will give me that strength not to actually treat my children that way. Because it doesn't make any sort of sense that your child will come to report to you, and then rather than listen to your child, you go ahead and put blame. You heap up blame on that child and say, oh, the child is the cause of this, the child is the cause of that, the child is the cause of... Then how do you expect that child to come out tomorrow and tell you, okay, oh, this is what happened to me? Like it will never happen. That child will never ever come to you again and tell you, okay, this is what happened to me. The child will rather go outside, or will keep tolerating everything that he or she goes through until when he or she cannot hold it again. I think there's also a child, I think within this same year, so many mad things have happened this year. This same year, I think I read of a story or a guy like that who was going through this same molestation, harassment from seniors in school, and then he had to take his life. A small boy taking his life, he now had to write a letter and tell his mother that he's sorry. So after he died, and I said, okay, what really happened? And then that's how they knew that this guy was going through a whole lot in school. Definitely, I'm not sure, I don't want to conclude that, okay, the guy and the mother did not have a relationship, or the mother did not notice this thing was going on. So this whole thing has to do with the whole society now. The whole society, everybody needs to wake up. It's a wake-up call for everybody. Your children, you as the parents, you as the guardian, you as the teacher, no matter the position you've been put into or you've been called upon to do, take it with all your heart. If you know you cannot do, then step down. Stop putting other people's children at risk. Okay, now the school has now gone ahead to say, okay, they've expelled, oh no, they've suspended the head teacher. First and foremost, that letter doesn't even seem like an official letter to me, because you cannot be putting out an official letter and there is no signature attached to that letter. Who should I hold accountable tomorrow? Nobody, because there's nobody's signature penned to that letter. So that letter to me is more or less like me sitting down and trying to write for the school. It doesn't make sense at all. But they've actually said they suspended the teacher and the head teacher rather, and then they are going to look into it. Investigations are going to be carried out. It doesn't just make sense at all. Even these children that did that, see, left to me, they should be expelled. Period. They should be expelled so that other students will learn from it. And I don't know, children, I don't know if, from my analytics, I don't think children in secondary school watch my videos. But in case you get to watch my videos, please, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're going through in school, nobody will kill you. Nobody will kill, even if you confide with your parents and your parents seem not to want to listen to you. Try and look for an uncle or an auntie who you think would listen to you, and then go report. Nobody will kill you. They should stop threatening you. If they threaten you, leave there and go and tell someone else. Nothing will happen to you. They will not kill you. They will not do any harm to you. Yes, I don't know if there's any child listening to me, and you as a parent, try and talk to your children. Give them that self-confidence that see, nothing will happen to you because I am your mother. I brought you to this world. Even you as a father, even if you don't have mothers, even you as a father, give them that self-confidence, that self-worth, that nothing will ever happen to you, no matter who it is. Even if it is not even your mate, your senior, even if it is one uncle or auntie anywhere, give them that self-confidence. See, this video is already so long. Like, when I read this or when I watched this video, I was very, like, I'm actually very calm now. When I watched it rather, I wanted to just do a video immediately and rant. And I knew that if I did that, 3 hours would not be enough for me to rant. But thank God I'm now calm, and I think let me just leave this video as it is. So, bottom line, it's our duty now to look within ourselves and look for ways, or seek out ways in which we can help one another, help the children around, even if they are not your children. Listen to them, talk to them, hear them out, and all of that good stuff. So hope you're doing great, hope you're staying safe. Remember to stay safe. That's the most important thing, because it is very important. COVID Pro Max is in town, and gang, like this Christmas, this would all us to do Christmas. Even if I'm not feeling the Christmas, it's just, I've said I'm postponing my Christmas because this Christmas is not doing me like Christmas. I'm not feeling it at all. So maybe we will postpone the celebration to when I start feeling it. So have yourself a good day, and bye.